Let's fucking get this tier list done. Perfect. What a setup. I'm gonna put some characters very clearly that I just don't have enough experience with. And basically all the characters that I don't have much experience with, I'm just gonna place like on this line. So this line is basically I have no experience with them. Or like not like I just don't know where to put them. So the rest of it is like brain dead, hard to master. But I'll spread them out so it makes it easier to see. Kid Buu, I'm not really sure. I think he's good. His medium normal is fucking crazy. But like, yeah, it's just kind of hard to know. I would put him like decently hard to master. It's not like he's super complex or anything, but pretty high up. Like I think he's high tier, maybe like top tier. His assist is really good, but you can't really combo of it. So Kid Buu, don't know too much about, admittedly, but he's definitely a good character. Great assist, grit in, really fast normals, good mobility, really small, so he faults a lot of combos. Yeah, the whole package really. Regular Goku, I actually think regular Goku is very good. Like, I think he's not top tier, but I feel like he's high mid high. So I'll probably put him like, he's not brain dead, but he's also very easy. But like, he's very simple, but I'm not gonna put him like on the brain dead spectrum, simply because he doesn't have that one move in neutral that just like fucking, you know, wins the game automatically for you. For Yamcha, I think that he is also high tier. Good assist, but I do think he's kind of hard to master right now. His neutral is kind of autoplay, but I feel like people need to learn better combos. He's not really at high tier yet, because right now people just do ass damage with him whenever they touch you. But I do feel like if he gets on the right team or gets in the right spot and you guys find some good combos with him, he could be really, really good. Okay, so Krillin. Krillin is a character that a lot of people put low tier, but I actually think he's high or maybe mid, but he's definitely one of the harder characters to master. So I'm just gonna like put him, he's not like the most insanely difficult character, but I played against a guy called Snig Jerry that uses Guteng's assist, and basically Guteng's assist needs you to stay in place for a while. So all he does is he uses Krillin's Kamehameha, where he jumps around, hits one Kamehameha on your block and then just runs up. And yeah, he's small, he has stubby normals, but like when you're small you also don't need to have as big a normal. Guteng's I don't know how to say that. I'm just gonna say Gutex. For Gutex, while we're on the subject, I think I'm not sure. Like, I think he's pretty good, man. Like, he has a good assist. He's a little bit wonky. Really fucking good beam. He can fake it too. Gutex. No, Gutex is like, yeah, he's actually surprisingly good. He gets the fucking what do you call it? The Go Super, where you can hold it. Like, when you use that well, it's really fucking scary too. So he's pretty good as an anchor, as long as you have characters that use the assist well. So I'm gonna put him like right here. I don't think he's extremely hard to master or anything, but you do kind of have to learn how to play around with using a small character. Beerus, I'm gonna put at like low tier. Like, he's not low tier, but he's like one of the worst characters in my opinion, and he's hard to master. Because like with good ball setups, and maybe if you couldn't super dash through all of his setups and stuff like that, he could be really fucking scary. But right now you can just super dash out of a lot of setups, and right now you can't really react to super dash as long as they throw in other options as well. Otherwise he could be like here, but I feel like the game mechanics just don't suit him, and like he needs corner carry. And he can do that with the dunk loops, but that requires a shit ton of meter and builds none. Nappa, I think, has some good shit. I haven't played too much against Nappa, so he's going to be in the middle. I've never played a decent Nappa, but I still think he's low tier-ish just because he gets bad neutral. His Cyberman shit, though, is really scary once it gets going. So like, if he has a good assist and gets set up, like, he can be scary, but like, you can say that about any of the good characters. Tien, I actually think is good. His Cha Super is a good thing to have. He works as an anchor. He works as a point. He has that slide move. He's just a very solid character. I think he's high tier. He has a beam assist, even though it's like kind of funky. It still works well. Majin Buu, he's like hard to master. Not super hard or anything. His game plan is kind of easy. Not as bad as people think. I think he is around here. But you do need an assist generally to get the candy setup or whatever, the restand. And the problem is that, like, why do that when Ender 16 doesn't need help and he doesn't need meter to do it? Like, there's actually meterless corner setups that require no assist with Ender 16. Goku Blue, I think he's good. I think he's maybe high tier. He's one of the harder characters to use as well. I would probably put him around here. Maybe Kid Buu slightly above. Like a half tier above. He seems very good though. But I haven't played too much. Vegeta, in my experience, he does a lot of shit I don't understand. So he's kind of on here. Everything I've seen him do is just like so bad. Like, he's a Vegeta with a few specials, but no special of his is as good as Vegeta's DP. And like, he just doesn't seem to do very much damage. He doesn't seem to have great Oki. He's basically Vegeta with a terrible assist. So he's definitely low tier in my opinion. And probably the most useless character in the entire game because he's Vegeta, but without the assist. Freeze, I think we're gonna see a lot more of. I think he's like the high tier. Yeah, let's do it like this. He's pretty hard to use, just in the sense that he doesn't play like most characters. He's a sonar in many cases. But I do think he has a lot of good tools. He has some that weird teleport. He has golden Frieza, so he can work as an anchor too. I don't really think he's an anchor character per se, just because his assist isn't really good enough to warrant being last. But he does serve a function as like second. His assist is good enough for second in my opinion, or first, and then your point is kind of to tag him out and like leave him for later. That also works. Trunks, I think, is high tier. He's very solid. Not sure. I'll probably put him like here. He's pretty easy to use actually, but he's not like brain dead because he has some weird stuff. His combos are kind of finicky. He doesn't have a low though. If he had a low, he could be like top tier in my opinion. But yeah, that's a big thing. He doesn't have great pressure, or like he has great pressure and a really great beam, but he doesn't really have that like that low. He can't really keep people from reflecting very well. And yeah, like if he had that, he would just benefit so much more. His assist is good too, but not the best. Vegeta, let's leave Vegeta. Let's leave Vegeta. Teen Gohan. He has a DP. He has really fucking good damage. Stubby normals. This character could like honestly go from like here, I think. But the thing is that like I don't see the game really needing a character that has good damage but bad neutral by himself. You would run him point most of the time, and you would use the fact that you have assists to cover for his neutral, but like why run a character that needs 2 assists in a game where you switch out a lot and his assist is bad? And then why wouldn't you just like run Cell on point, or 8-16 on point, or Gohan on point, you know? Why run a bad character that's decent, like with high damage and neutral assist? Like he can work with the right team for sure, but he's just not really good enough for, you know, compared to other characters. Adult Gohan, he's a character I won't show. Adult Gohan, he's slightly harder to master, I think. Like, just because he has hard combos that you can do. If you master him fully, I could see him be like a step above some of the other characters I'm gonna list soon. But I think he's really, really fucking strong. It's just that there are other more practical alternatives right now, but that could change in the future. His main weaknesses include that like he has to level up to be fully broken, and then you kind of suffer from the fact that he has bad assist. But if he gets going, like why fucking tag him out? You're just putting people in infinite block rings and they just die. Android 18. She's my ex-waifu. I used to think she was one of the best points, but her assist is really lackluster. It seems very good at first, because you get people that just run into it. But basically one of the biggest things is that you can hit her assist and you can just cancel from it. So you can do like a crouching medium and like, shit, something happened. I can just vanish, or you can super dash, or you can jump, or if you do a stand medium, which heavily nerfs her. Her damage is just not good enough. So she was like a character I thought was really good until I saw the damage other people get from a lot of different scenarios. She builds a lot of meter, so she can still work on point if you have a character that can use her well. It's just that her neutral isn't really good. Characters that like deal with her 17 calls well can just kind of run over her. And yeah, they don't really have to respect her neutral at all. So she would probably, she has a lot of shit. She has some max damage combos, but like, so she's hard to master for sure, and she has a lot of different moves. I just don't think she's really worth the trouble when you have such, good, easy characters to use. Okay, yeah, I would probably play 18, honestly, if it wasn't for her bad assist, because it kind of makes me feel like I'm not playing the full game. Ginju, I actually think is better than most people think. His anti-air jab, air to air jab is just fucking amazing. I'm not really sure where he is. He has a DHC glitch right now, which allows you to like use less meter, but get higher level super. Without it, he's probably low tier, but lower tier. I think he's around like here. I think he's like solidly mid. He'll probably fall like right now. He's about here almost. I think like decent assist. He just becomes a huge problem once he gets going. But I feel like once people really learn how to play around his shit, like most Ginjus, they jump back and they start calling their Ginyu force. Once people realize like, shit, I just need to fucking go in against this guy, and they learn, the order of the Ginyu force and all the different options you can do, I think it's gonna eventually end up around here. But I would probably put him like here. He's pretty hard to master because you have to like really realize whatever's happening. Whatever's happening, you need to do the perfect call, and you need to remember fucking every time which Ginyu force you're on. Piccolo, I think he's kind of in the same area as Beerus. Can't get super dash against, but it's like if Piccolo had a meterless knockdown that was really good, he could be like easily high tier. I think he is scary once it gets going, but the more you think about it when you play against him, it's just like he needs so much meter. Like his setup is literally using a full meter to set up a super in the corner, and it's always going to be like, why the fuck do you need a meter to set up and sometimes a meter to knock down when most other characters can just fucking do it for 1 meter or no meters, right? But I feel like Piccolo's the type of character that could be really fucking good after like 1 or 2 nerfs against the top tiers. Yeah, I think some people are asking about Team Gohan. I think he's actually very simple, very easy to play. His combos are a little bit hard, but I don't really think that moves him that far away. Like once you learn the combos, they're easy, like it sounds weird, but like it's just combos in this game aren't that hard. And even though his combos are a little bit harder, once you learn them, the fact that he's a very, very simple character otherwise, like, doesn't really move him far away. Okay, Hit. I think Hit is right up here. He's a little bit harder to use than a lot of other people. And like, his cross-up shit is fucking scary. But honestly, I think people right now overvalue like his stance mix-up. Honestly, the best thing about Hit, like here. Let me fucking take this, pick Hit. Oh shit, next character too. And show you what like you fucking do with Hit. Let's change the fucking song to Hit. The best song. Yes, this will be easy played. So like the best thing about Hit, it's not this, because this can be option selected. You kind of need. It's kind of slow. You can actually hit him once he's traveling. Offline, at least, I think this is not nearly as strong. It's a good okie doke sometimes, but like his general thing is just like this jump light is fucking really good. His auto combo is stupid good. This move is really good. It leaves you -1, which is really not much, especially against characters with slower stand jabs than him. His stand medium is fucking stupid good. You can whiff punish with this. You can punish like Kamehamehas. You can punish everything with this. And this move is so good against Reflect, because you can just fucking keep pressing on them. You have to commit to doing like triple Reflect or something. If we put this character to repeat attack and just Reflect. Oh. Like, he just does this. Fucking. And even if you reflect the medium, Yeah, you can just do the heavy or the punch. But yeah, he's just really good against the game mechanics. And he's really good at like chasing backdashes, which is one of the best defensive options in this game. Yeah, he's just a really, really good character overall. And he's really fun to play. Like, he's one of my favorite characters that I don't play in this game. So after nerfs, I might play him. Goku Black, I think, is probably up here somewhere. He might be down here. I'm probably putting him here just because he has the second best assist in the game, in my opinion. Like, beam assists are just so good. They're hard to convert from, but like I think that's gonna keep getting easier as time goes on. It's just really good for combos. It's just really good for everything, honestly. And he's good at every spot, which is, in my opinion, even though like he might not be as good as Adult Gohan, the fact that he can be put in any spot really, really helps him. In my opinion, like Gohan needs to be put in like a certain team because his assist is bad. But Black Goku is so good because he can just be in any position. And like in this game, you start with Goku Black and then you switch out and he's Anchor and he's fine as Anchor. You know, you start with him first, then you switch him out and he's second. But yeah, I think he has some optimizations that you can do and you can play kind of like in the air. But I don't necessarily think he's like super hard to play. He's definitely one of the easier, and like you just pick him up and you kind of understand what he does. Okay, so now we have Ender 21. She's my favorite. I actually think she might be here or here. I haven't decided yet. I think she might be here. She's a little bit harder than Hit, and just the fact that you can steal moves gives her such a large tool set. And like I haven't fully mastered it yet, so I'm not really sure what I think about this character because she's really interesting in my opinion, and that's why I play her. Like, I don't know. She has good command grab. She has insane range in a game where like almost no one has good range except for this guy, but we'll get to him later. She has good mix-ups, fast normals. Yeah, but she's definitely harder to play, I think. She gets really good damage, but she doesn't get like set play. So she kind of needs a team that either has really good assist, like Vegeta assist, that covers the opponent on knockdown, or she needs a character to tag into, which is kind of what I'm doing. And yeah, just in general, like she's just really interesting and requires you to like play neutral a lot more than the other characters on the top tiers, which in my opinion makes her way harder to play. But it's not like she's incredibly like complex. Like no character in this game really is, to the point where like you can't really use her if you don't know her like steal shit. Like I generally don't use her steal move, but I think I will eventually. And one thing that you can do that people don't do yet is that like whenever you have a short kill, right, like you either tag into her or you ask her, you just like try to end the combo using the grab to barely kill. But that requires you to have a really good knowledge about how scaling works and how to combo into grab from as many different routes as possible. For Vegeta, this is a very controversial one. Some people think he's here just because of his assist. Right now for tournament play, I would honestly put him here for tournament play because right now he pulls any team together. That's his strength. You just like you put Vegeta on your team and you instantly kind of know the other characters. The problem is that like he's just so bad as a character. Like if not for his assist, he would be here. I legit think he's one of the worst characters, like on point. Maybe not. Yeah, I think it would be here if not for his assist. Maybe even here. A lot of people are gonna disagree with me and they're gonna say, Leffen, your Vegeta did work and X and Y player took 2 characters from you. The thing is that like when you see a Vegeta do a comeback, like it's so fucking honest. Except for the DPs that people actually can punish as long as he's out of sparking. He's just straight up honesty. Like you do a projectile that you can super dash through. His block strings are straight ass, except for the fact that he has a lull. He has one good special which is the kick, but you can't really convert of it if you don't have meter. He doesn't really get good conversions from super dash or like straight confirms. He has really stubby legs. Like he's just a really bad character. Not for the sake that he has insane weaknesses, but because every character, Beerus, Piccolo, Nappa, Teen Gohan, Gotenks, Krillin, Ginju, all these characters, the more you look at them, like it's on point. Who is better? Gotenks is, in my opinion. Krillin Krillin, Ginju, Beerus, like all these characters, they're just better when you're playing them. It's just that most of these characters are way harder to play than Vegeta. Vegeta is probably the most basic character when he's playing, but because this game is so new, there's so much to learn just about the game that you know you can still get a lot better with Vegeta. So I think for the near future, he's actually up here just because of how broken his assist is right now. Like, there's one of the few assists that is both easy to convert off, it's also so good on offense. Like, you can put it and there's basically no counterplay. You can super dash through it straight, but if they block, you get hit. Like, if the opponent's doing like a grab mix-up, you can just call it and jump, and regardless of what happens, if he blocks, if he doesn't do the grab, like, you get a punish or mix-up. He's just like so easy to use, and it completes every team and just makes him so, you know, simple, which is why he's so close to branded. But I do, you know, I kind of don't like putting tier lists on like what's good right now. I honestly think that he's on a lot of good teams right now, but I don't think he's on any of the best teams in the game. So that's why I'm going to put him like here. And yeah, even though without his assist, he would be down here, his assist is so much better than everyone else's. And so easy to use, so practical, works with every single character. Combo extension, lockdown, defense, everything. It's even hard to happy birthday that he's still worth playing in this game, because as of right now, 1v3 comebacks, in my opinion, shouldn't really happen too much. But the problem is that once people learn to snap and stuff like that, they snap him in, they get crazy snap-in mix-ups. A lot of characters that are good can get snap-ins relatively easily and still keep the core and stuff like that. I think he's going to keep falling and eventually go into like mid-low tier. But I think he'll always be relevant for like the next year, probably until the next patch, where hopefully they will nerf his assist a little bit, but keep him as buff his character a little bit. Alright, so now we have Cell. I think Cell is either here or here. It doesn't really matter to me. I actually think Cell is like really, really fucking good. Like, every time I play the character, I'm just like impressed. Like, he can do this, he can do that. He has so many different mix-ups, but the problem is that like you can't really just like tell your opponent, here, just take this. You kind of still have to play with your opponent. He has some good hard knockdown setups, but generally I think his potential is still kind of untapped. I think right now, like when people play him, for the most part, the people that aren't Go Ichi or Tatsu kind of play him like here or something. Like, I don't think most people actually play Cell that well, because although his pressure is insane, like his stagger game is stupid. His pressure, like his jump-ins, his air-to-air is really, really, really fucking stupid. His damage is insane. I actually think that right now, he isn't really being played to this level just because some other characters just have easier neutral, like more practical. But once people utilize him perfectly, I could actually see him move up to this spot, which is why I'm putting him here. I'm not really sure if he's harder to use than Gohan, but like, you know, that's kind of up for debate. I haven't really played Gohan enough, but yeah, like the thing is that he's just hard to play compared to this guy right here. You know, he wouldn't really be played nearly this much if this was a 1v1 game. But Cell can fit into any position on any team, which makes him better. His assist is pretty good. It's not the best or anything, but like his assist is good enough. It's just a little bit wonky to convert off. So that's also a thing that's going to get better with time. All right, and now we have 16. Where do we put him? Do we put him here? We put him alongside. I actually think that 16 is one of the worst character designs I have ever seen. I have no doubt in my mind that he is right here. Like, he takes some thought. I'm not saying that you can literally be brain dead and play him, but you can kind of be brain dead and play him. You know, you won't be in major spoil. You get second with 16. 16 is just a fucking disaster of game design. He has fast speed. He has good normals. He has good damage. He has good defense because he can jab out of strings so other people need to meet him out of. He has armor moves. He has grabs. He has like 4 different grabs. He has an auto combo that leads to a 50-50 on block. He has an instant cross up. He's good in sparking. He has good sparking extensions. He has an amazing assist. Not the best, but like high tier assist for sure. I think it's like after beams and after Vegeta, I think 16 assist is the best one. Because it leaves your opponent standing and has an insane amount of block stun. Like, I think eventually, if we play this patch for like a couple months, maybe a year, he would eventually start move down, slowly but surely move down. But I don't think he would ever actually get to here. Like, I don't think we'll actually spend enough time to where he'll be on the same plane as Cell and Gohan, simply because as much as, you know, theory and stuff like that works, you know, maybe if you have a shit ton of experience against 16, you know, all the setups, you've learned specific option selects and wake up. Like in tournament, when the stakes are high and the round starts and you get 5 heavied, you're gonna tilt. He has that tilt factor too, where like, you know, you could be sweaty, you're thinking about what's gonna happen if I lose, but like you can just 5H and pray. Like you always scare with 16. He makes comebacks like nothing. He makes you win like nothing. He's just an amazingly badly designed character. And yeah, it's honestly like, I don't think we'll ever get to the day where he's not the best character in the game until the patch hit. Like, if there's no patch. So yeah, I would put him around here, and it's why I play him as well. It's like, when you look at this tier list when I look at this tier list in my head, I'm like, should I pick this character that's good with my team, that takes no time to learn, has a good assist, and it makes my opponent tilt? Yes, I should play him. Can you explain why you place Majin Buu there? He's, in every sense of the way, I think he's just like a poor man's Ender 16. Yeah, people that play 16 and think they're good because they do well with 16, like, get a fucking grip, man. He's so fucking brain dead. Like, there's people that play 16. There's 2 types of people in this world. The people that play him because they like winning with 16, and there's people that lie to themselves. There's 2 types of people. Like, you actually think you're good because you did a 50-50 mix-up of his auto combo. You think you're good because you do a hard knockdown setup where everyone else has to worry about like 5 different tech options. You think you're good because you 5H and neutral and call an assist at the same time. No, you're not. You're a fucking fraud. Come on. But like, I can still respect everyone that picks him, as long as their other characters are good as well. Because like, real talk, he doesn't take any fucking brain cells. It's just sad, but like true. No, Sonic Fox not called out. Sonic Fox plays every character super well, not just his 16. And and online, like, he's off the charts. Online, he's not even in the picture. Like, he's just looking down at you guys from above. You can almost see him. You can see his outline. You can see his smile. Maybe play online. And he also goes more to the side and even more brain dead. So yeah, that's my tier list. I didn't really end up showing that much. I'm not sure why I have this, but like, I play 16 and you think you're good. You're wrong. You are wrong. Yeah, I already explained about Team Gohan. Why is Blue Vegeta so low? Because he's Vegeta without a good assist. You have to realize that in this game, even though you can play a character on point, because you switch so often to regenerate blue life, having a bad assist will always matter. 100%. So there's some characters right here that can put in a ton of work. It's just that, like, why would you play Teen Gohan when you could play, you know, Big Gohan? Why would you play Piccolo when you can just play, like, some of the better mix-ups characters? Why would you play Beerus, right, when you can just play someone else? Once you get to this tier, like, once you get above the line, I feel like at least Krillin has something that, like, his bean, his heal is actually so fucking good right now, because people don't finish their food. He's a small character. You can drop more combos on him, and he just gets back all his Buu life for free. So I think he's gonna keep being really good, or like way better than maybe he should be, just because of that one special. Like Tien has something special, Goku has something special. Like, he has his assist, and he's just a solid character overall. Majin Buu has something special. Yamcha, 18, Goku Blue, Trunks, Frieza, Vegeta has his assist. Like all these characters have something special that like you can't really find. But when you get to these characters, the thing that's special about them can be replicated with other characters that also have other shit, or does it for more cheaper. Maybe not Nappa. I don't know enough about Nappa, honestly. Piccolo could be better, but he's just not worth the trouble in my opinion. He's like that kind of character that like maybe he's better, maybe he's even here, but because he requires so much work in a game where you have to learn 3 characters and you kind of have to build your game around him, he just falls more. I could see him being here-ish, but I'm not really sure. Keep in mind that this isn't, no character in this game is really bad. Like, no character in this game is Dan. No character in this game is like, you know, that character that's just like the worst. Piccolo has a very good assist. The problem is that it's a good mix-up assist, but the problem is that you can super dash through it, I think. Yeah. And it doesn't beat projectile, so like a lot of characters will just like spam Kamehameha and the assist won't really do anything until you're in. And once you're in, his assist isn't that much more threatening than just a beam or like an Ando 16 assist that just holds him down. Fat Buu is really good, actually. He's definitely not low tier. He has some 6 setups. It's just that like 16 does what he does, but better. So you would only really pick him if you already picked 16. His assist is only decent. Use Piccolo assist and wake up and we'll sit there and wait for him. Well, you could just use Vegeta assist or something, some other assist for that. Yeah, it takes time to get Fat Buu going. And he needs too many mix-ups. Like every time I see a Fat Buu player play, like they hit me with like 2 mix-ups, and then I usually escape by the 3rd if I get hit by the first mix-up. And that's a problem. Like one thing you notice with this game, if you look at this tier list, is that every one of these characters have really good damage. I'm not sure about Kid Buu though, but the rest of them all have really, really good damage. And in this game, yeah, I mean, fuck. Maybe 18 can get good damage sometimes in the corner. Maybe 10 can get good damage like there's obviously characters like Beerus and stuff like that can get good damage. It's just that like most of these characters can get good damage without using an assist. Because you should only really use assists if you have the other one ready or if you can kill with a combo. Because generally, it's just not enough damage or meter to justify using the assist in combos over neutral, and you know, not letting yourself tag out if shit goes wrong. No, I think this is pretty much fine. This is obviously very, very early. It's not complete at all. I hope that this list is completely different in 1 month. You put less characters in the branded category than expected. Well, the whole thing is, right, that like I think a lot of characters are like the average character in this game is very simple to use. But I think that's fine for a team game, since you have to learn 3 characters. But like, it's also just, I kind of moved everyone more here than I normally would, just so I could put 16 to show like really how far on the brain dead spectrum he is. Yeah, I don't know about Trunks. Trunks could also be here, honestly. But I feel like in many ways, he's like Goku Black, but just a little bit less spice. That's kind of how I feel. Like, they both had really good normals. They both have a sword. They both have good beams. But Goku Black has a command grab and a teleport, whereas Trunks has like an overhead and a flip. So like, and Goku Black's assist is better. So although I might put him here, then I would have to move Goku Black up, I think. That's kind of my justification. And yeah, I think Ginju might also be better. Like, I think he's around here, I think, right now, because people don't know how to play against him. And because of the glitch. Trunks assist completely counters Vegeta assist. No, it doesn't. It completely beats it if you call both at the same time. But you kind of have to read when your opponent does it, because you can't call an assist when you're in block stun. It's Ginyu, not Ginju. I don't fucking know. I'm Swedish, dude. Genji. I'm not sure if Goku Blue is actually over regular Goku. I would honestly... My final tier list, actually... I think I'll actually put Goku Blue here because I don't know enough about him. I will put like Trunks like this. So like the two characters here, I don't think these characters are that brain dead actually. But like, I just don't want them cluttering up the middle part, because the middle part is for characters that I just don't know enough about. Which is honestly, yeah, I would say those two characters. If Android 18 had higher damage, yeah, like high damage in this game is so important, I think, because like not only do you need high damage from like, you know, punishes like crouch, like low medium obviously is, you know, if you get a good 2B combo, like that's great, but usually you'll just get like a super dash, you'll get like a vanish confirm, stuff like that. And the thing with 18 is that she can't really spend meter.